Hello everyone, this is Jared with Dungeons & Javas, helping you stay up to level up, here with my friend Andy.
Hello.
We're here to do just a overview of Marvel Champions, the card game. We have several copies in the store, so if after you see the overview, if it sounds like something you want to purchase, just give us a call and we can do curbside pickup. Otherwise, come in and check it out.
All right, so let's talk Marvel Champions. This is the hot new title from Fantasy Flight Games, the latest in their living card game series. Marvel Champions, like its predecessors that it's really designed from, is the Lord of the Rings, the card game, and Arkham Horror, the card game, which I might mention a few times. So I brought the copy over. This is a 1 to 4 player cooperative card game where you play the role of one of the iconic Marvel heroes. And in the core set, which we have over here, it's a great product. It is every card you need to play is in the single copy of the game, and we'll talk a little bit about that. It's a change that they have made from some of the other cooperative card games in the past, where to get a full play set of things, you might need a couple of core sets, et cetera, to play with multiple people. But this one, they finally listened to the fans, and they just created a box with everything in it. All right, so everything you need to play is in this one box. It's a great game. You can play it solo. You can play with up to 4 players, and it's very scalable, and there's all sorts of ways to deal with the difficulty, but we'll talk about that. So in the game, you're going to play one of the 5 heroes that come in the core set: Spider-Man, Black Panther, She-Hulk, Iron Man, and Captain Marvel. And you're going to battle, there's 3 villains in the game. Rhino, Claw, and Ultron are the 3 villains. Each hero, you're going to build a deck. Right. Okay, and in the deck, you're going to use the decks to has all your powers and all of your upgrades and things like that. And you're going to use those abilities to battle the villains. One of the things that makes the game unique is that you do have the hero, so you have Black Panther, but if you flip the card over, all the heroes have their alter ego. And one of the cool mechanics of the game is you get to flip between the two, and both the alter ego and the hero provide different special abilities that you can use throughout the game. And strategically speaking, when you flip between the alter ego and the hero side, becomes an important decision point in the game. In your deck, they have what are called aspects. So each hero comes with a signature group of 15 cards. So Iron Man has his own cards that make him Iron Man. Has his armor, all the things you expect Iron Man to be able to do, some locations and things like that are part of Iron Man. So whenever you play Iron Man, you grab those 15 cards. Then you also grab an aspect. And there are 4 separate aspects in the game. There's the aggression aspect, justice, leadership, and protection. You can build Black Panther with the aggression aspect, which is great. It has a certain play style. But you could also choose to then replay Black Panther by using any one of the aspects. You can have one aspect in your deck. So the rest of the cards of your 40-card deck have your hero cards, which are signature, and then you have your aspect cards, and then some neutral cards that you can add in there. Now, the other thing that I'll have Jared grab out of the box, one set of the aspect cards there, or one of the hero cards. So I'll just grab it. Sorry to reach over you.
You're fine.
So let's take a look at She-Hulk. So I've actually sleeved my cards, which I highly recommend because they go through a lot of wear and tear. But you have, these would be the signature cards for She-Hulk, and they have a She-Hulk symbol down there, right? Grab me I'll just keep grabbing over you. I'll grab one of the aspect cards. So here's a set of the blue leadership cards. So one of the things that how the game functions is on the player's turn, all the players are going to take actions. And to play an action, so here's superhuman strength. There's a cost associated with it up in the top left-hand corner. How resources work in this game, you don't collect resources to pay for cards. what you do is you discard cards from your hand to pay for cards. So at the bottom of every card in all of these decks, there is a little banner with a symbol on it. I don't know if you can kind of see that, but maybe we can put an image up there. So this is the Get Ready card, which is an event, but at the bottom there is a little symbol with a fist, and that means it is worth 1 energy, 1 physical energy. And in order to pay for superhuman strength, I would just need to discard 2 cards with a symbol on it. And that is how you pay for cards. So you're going through your deck quite a bit. And at the end of your turn, you're going to draw back up to full of a hand size, which is indicated on your character card. And so you want to play as many cards as you can in your turn, obviously, right. And then you get a whole new set of cards. The other thing, it really promotes a lot of teamwork, because we can, as a team, we can play a lot of cards on each other's characters, like upgrades. There are certain cards in the game that will offer resources. If you exhaust a card to use a resource, we can offer it to somebody else, or if they need to draw a card or need to, whatever. We can figure out how to do that together. We can also attack people that, like if there's minions engaged with you, we can attack them for you. We can defend for you. So there's a very good cooperative aspect of the game where you really feel like a superhero team. And we've
right.
played it a bunch.
Oh yeah.
So we've had a lot of fun experiences kind of playing through the scenarios. The other aspect of the when you build your deck, you also come with a set. We might be like, why are they different colors? Well, the backs of the cards are orange, so I conveniently chose orange sleeves. But the orange cards are separate because they go into the encounter deck, which is all the bad guy stuff. Every hero has an obligation, which is a signature obligation. So this is She-Hulk. Jennifer Walters is the alter ego for She-Hulk, and it is her obligation legal work, because she's a lawyer. So if this comes up and you draw it, it goes to whoever's playing She-Hulk, and they have to deal with this one signature obligation, which is kind of fun. There's also a card in the encounter deck which would trigger you bringing in the unique encounter set for your hero. So if you draw it, and then all of your personal enemies come in and it gets shuffled into the deck, and so now you're dealing with all that. So that's another really, really cool aspect of the game. So let's talk about these. Fantasy Flight always has really good counters and game materials, but these are like little health trackers, and then the villain's health tracker is bigger because the villains apparently they need to size matters. So in this case, I just brought Rhino out. And there are 3 different types of rhinos. You might be like, why are there 3 different types of rhinos? Well, you always play when you look at a scenario card. So here is the scenario card. And it gives you a little bit of flavor, a little story. And it tells you how to set up the scenario. So this one says, Rhino 1 and Rhino 2, Rhino 3 if you're using the expert mode. So that's one of the ways that they can scale the game. Right. Is by which 2 you choose. So if you just chose to play the normal game, you choose Rhino 1 and 2, because the heroes have to defeat Rhino. He has hit points per that's another way to scale the game. They have a per player marker. So he has 14 hit points per player. So if we're playing with 2 people, he's got 28 hit points. But once you defeat him, then you got to defeat him, his second version of him again. And then how the villain can win is every turn he is going to get, this number 7 per player, has to accumulate threat tokens. So the threat keeps going up, and if the heroes can't deal with Rhino before the threat equals a certain number that's indicated on the card, the players are going to lose the game. So it's a back and forth, kind of a clock against, there's a race against time for you to figure out what he's doing and stop him and defeat him before he can get his scheme going. On the heroes, let's look at Black Panther again, and we'll look at Rhino. Black Panther has, all the heroes have 3 characteristics. They have the blue, which is thwart. They have attack, and they have defense. So if you choose to thwart with a hero, you remove a number of threat tokens equal to that value. Attacking will do damage, and defending will prevent damage, that amount of damage. On the villain's turn, when the villain gets to go, they're going to place some threat. But then, depending on whether you are in your alter ego, like we talked about earlier, if you're T'Challa, right, and I'm playing Spider-Man, and you happen to be in your alter ego form, he is going to scheme. You're not in the fight. Right. You're not there in his face punching him. You're off doing other things and trying to figure things out. But he's going to scheme, and so he's going to add. He's going to add more tokens to this while you're there. If you're in your hero form, he's going to attack you instead. Okay, and so again, like we said earlier, it's like a lot of the balance of the game matters, like when you are in your, because if you're all in your hero form, you're all going to get attacked, and he won't be scheming.
Right.
But you'll also be taking damage, and at a certain point, you'll be down too much damage. You'll have to go back because your alter ego, the only ability the alter ego has is recovery, and that's how you heal up your damage. Yeah. Right. So. It's really cool, and then there's all sorts of different like tokens and things like that. If you're looking for a game to get into that it's really popular, we're trying to work out what day once the store gets open. We might do a Marvel Monday, or we might have a special day that's designated for the cooperative games. We'll have this on display in the store where you can come and take a look at the components, and we can run you through a turn and do a little play test with you. They're really good games. They're well designed. They're well supported. This is the Thor pack, which we just got, which we still have copies of.
Yep.
We also have this great play mat, which is the multiplayer mat, which we have copies of. But this is how they're going to distribute this game. So you get the core set. You can play that for a while. It's got plenty of villains in there, and you can keep modifying on difficulty levels and how you build your deck. And then they've also put out several of these packs already.
Right.
So there's Captain America, Ms. Marvel, and Thor, and there's more coming. I think Black Widow and Doctor Strange and the Hulk have been announced. But the great thing about these is that they have built, when you buy the pack, you can play the character out of the pack. It's a pre-built deck with an aspect, all their signature cards. You can grab the pack of the character that you love and just open it up and play it. If you're not a huge deck builder, it's really not that difficult to deck build in this game, but if you just want to play the deck, it's perfectly playable and fun. Okay? So also they've released 2 villain packs, which we are awaiting at the store. Green Goblin and the Wrecking Crew.
Right.
And so those will have all of the encounter cards to run those scenarios. So now you've got some options to increase your collection and play different scenarios. And so those are also out. And just announced, which we might be, I don't know if we can put it on the screen, I don't know if there's an image for it yet, but there's going to be a campaign box, which they just announced at the Gamma Trade Show, which is Red Skull. And it's a big box, and there's probably it's probably more heroes in it.
Right.
There's probably more... scenarios that link together and more of a story aspect of it. But it's a really fun, very direct kind of game. If you like story and you really love storytelling and like more of a role-playing aspect of it, then I cannot recommend Arkham Horror, the card game, any higher. One of my top 10 games of my life, I think. It's just so good. And maybe the best game I've bought just in terms of my personal enjoyment over the last 5 years or so. Highly customizable, story-driven, role-play-esque kind of game. But we're going to do a whole video on this, and I'm going to run some events at the store. Right. Because, like Jared and I have talked about, we want to carry games that we believe in and that we love, and we want to show them to people. And this is one of them. This has been a lot of fun to play.
It has been.
It's really accessible. We play with all sorts of people. That it's not difficult to pick up once you get going.
It's not. It's easy for people to pick up. We just played it last Friday. We posted some pictures on Facebook of us playing in the VIP. We're in the VIP room actually right now, of us playing a game in the VIP room, and this is one of the games we played.
Yeah, it's a really good time. And again, you can customize. You can play it on your own if you're stuck at home, like many of us are right now.
Right.
You can get this on the table pretty quickly. It's not a difficult setup. In addition to some of the things, like one of the things that the LCGs, all of the LCGs that I've played and that we support, from L5R, Game of Thrones, whatever those are, one of the things that people love to do with the LCGs is customize their game.
Right.
They like play mats. They love to get card sleeves. There's all sorts of tokens. And Fantasy Flight always has really good tokens in their games, like just inherent, like just the tokens themselves. So like the quality is very, very good stuff. But there's a lot of places that a lot of people like to search out and find different, like kind of like to really upgrade your game kind of a thing. And just like with storage and things like, I'm notorious for my storage. But we found these. These are great. I have them for L5R right now. I'm going to get these for Champions. But these are burger tokens. Really clever. I discovered them. Some people have, but they have all of the tokens for like, this is for the ones for Marvel Champions, and all you have to do is attach them each side to a penny.
Right.
It gives pennies a use, and they're really good tokens, and they're very, very durable. There's stuff for, we have ones for Arkham and the other games too. But, it's a very inexpensive way to kind of jazz up your game a little bit and have some fun tokens to play with. I've always enjoyed that kind of a thing. So Marvel Champions, a big thumbs up for me. Again, we've got a bunch of copies in the store. We're going to support this game. It's hard to get right now. So if you need the playmat, we've got a bunch of the playmats. It just came in. Yep. Thor just came in. We've got packs of that. And there's some more stuff on the way. But give us a call or shoot us an email if you want to do a curbside pickup for that. We certainly can get you that material so you can go home and enjoy it while we wait for the store to open. We can all enjoy it together.
Right. And the email and the phone number is posted, should be on the screen below. And we look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah, reach out to us on Facebook and tell us. There's a big community already playing this game. And so we're just going to grow that community at Dungeons and Javas.
All right. Well, thank you, Andy.
No problem.
Thanks for the overview.
Yeah. We'll do a playthrough at some point. We'll get a playthrough on there.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Once again, this is Jared and Andy with Dungeons and Javas, helping you stay up to level up. And I hope everyone's staying safe out there. Have a great day.